Dung Eater is an NPC in Elden Ring and has an important questline that must be completed to get one of the game's multiple endings. We're going to cover the entire questline from start to finish in this video. As usual, useful timestamps can be found in the video description. To start Dung Eater's quest, you'll first need to gain access to the Altus Plateau. You'll need to get both halves of the Dectus Medallion. One can be found at Fort Height in southeast Limgrave, and the other half can be found at Fort Feroth in Caelid. Once you have the complete medallion, take it to the Grand Lift of Dectus in northeastern Liurnia. You can get to it by traveling up along the west side of Liurnia Lake. After reaching the main Caria Manor Gate site of Grace, head east and use a stone spire bridge to cross over to the east side, then make your way north to the lift. After doing that, you'll be able to find Dung Eater at Roundtable Hold in a secluded room past the Twin Maiden Husks. Speaking with him the first time, he'll probably want nothing to do with you, that is unless you have a Seedbed Curse in your inventory. While you only need one of them to do all but the last step in Dung Eater's questline, to finish his quest you'll need a total of 5. The first 2 are in Leyndell Royal Capital. To access Leyndell you'll need to acquire 2 Great Runes. I recommend getting them from Godric the Grafted and Renala Queen of the Full Moon. Then head to the north side of the capital where a boss is guarding the entrance. For the first Seedbed Curse, start at the capital Rampart site of Grace and walk along the beaten path until reaching a lift. After taking it down, you'll find a ladder in the next building that leads up to the first Seedbed Curse. For the second Seedbed Curse, start at the West Capital Rampart and travel to reach the Fortified Manor, which is basically an alternate version of Roundtable Hold. Make your way over to the spot where Dung Eater normally sits to find a second Seedbed Curse. For the third Seedbed Curse, you'll need to access the underground area of Volcano Manor. You'll also need a Stone Sword Key. First, to get to the manor, head far northwest of Leyndell until reaching the Bridge of Iniquity site of Grace. Along the cliff wall to the northwest, there's an easy-to-miss ladder that leads to the top of the mountains where the first Mount Gelmir campsite site of Grace can be found. From there, make your way along the path, crossing a few bridges and climbing a few more ladders until finally arriving at Volcano Manor. Speak with Tanith and agree to work for the manor. She'll give you a key that allows you to access some of the rooms. Head down the nearby hallway and open the first door on your right. There's a false wall that you can open by walking up against it and clicking the dodge button. Head through it and down into the depths of Volcano Manor. You'll then need to make your way through this area until reaching the Temple of Eiglay. We'll make a quick stop at the Guest Hall site of Grace along the way. From the guest hall, you'll need to travel a bit further to reach the Temple of Eiglay. Upon arrival, you'll encounter a Godskin noble that will need to be defeated before proceeding. After defeating the boss, rest at the Site of Grace and then take the lift on your right. Head out the door as you step off and continue further along the path. You'll eventually reach another temple area with an exit leading outside to the east. Instead of going there, move up the staircase on your left and head through the west-facing door. This will lead to a fog wall that requires a stone sword key to open. Open it and head in, and then make your way to the bottom of this room. As a bonus tip, that previous exit I mentioned that leads outside will take you to the final boss for this area. However, you'll want to avoid fighting that boss until after you've done all the quests for the Volcano Manor and those involving patches up to the point where you get the Bull Goat Armor Set. Okay, getting back to the quest, at the bottom of this chamber, head to the southwest side to find the 3rd Seedbed Curse. The last 2 Seedbed Curses are at Miquella's Haligtree. Getting there is quite the process, so if you haven't done that already, you can watch my guide on how to reach the Haligtree, which has everything you need to know. I'll put a link to it at the bottom of this video's description. Once at the Haligtree, make your way through until reaching the Prayer Room Site of Grace. From there, head out the north exit and platform your way past the room where the Cleanrot Knight Finlay ashes are located. Leap to an archway and ascend to an elevated area, and grab the somber ancient dragon smithing stone on your left before proceeding forward to find the 4th Seedbed Curse. The final Seedbed Curse is also near the prayer room. Head out the same exit, then start descending down the staircase. Leap over the railing just before entering a chamber to land on a platform below. Enter a different room through a somewhat hidden doorway to reach the 5th and final Seedbed Curse. With the 5 Seedbed Curses, all that's left to do is to complete the remaining steps in Dung Eater's quest. First, go speak to Dung Eater back at Round Table Hold. Now that you have a Seedbed Curse, he'll give you the Sewer-gaol key. Take this key and head to the sewers in Leyndell. Starting from the West Capital Rampart Site of Grace, head northwest and make your way down to the streets below. A short distance to the northeast, there's a fairly hidden water well that will take you down to the sewers. Make your way through the sewers until you reach the underground roadside Site of Grace. From the underground roadside Site of Grace, head out to the northeast and take the drop on your left. Follow the path to the northwest and make your way past a few giant poisonous flowers. After climbing up the ladder, watch out for the giant spider hand on the ceiling above. On the far side of the chamber, you'll find an iron door that opens with the key. Enter and speak with the physical form of Dung Eater and tell him to leave. Then go through the rest of his dialogue. Return to Roundtable Hold and you'll find a message where Dung Eater normally sits. Read it and you'll trigger the next step of the quest. From the capital Rampart Site of Grace, head a short distance northwest and make your way down into a crater area with a shallow pit of water. At that point, you'll be invaded by Dung Eater, and you'll need to defeat him to progress the quest. Quick warning, if you're trying to complete Blackguard Big Bogart's questline, you'll want to finish that before doing this step in Dung Eater's quest, as it will make Bogart's quest incompletable. After defeating Dung Eater, return to Roundtable Hold, where he'll ask you to return to his jail cell and feed his physical form Seedbed Curses. At this point, you can either feed Dung Eater the Seedbed Curses, or if you're doing Seluvis' questline, you can give Dung Eater Seluvis' potion. From what I've seen, you cannot do both, and if you give Seluvis' potion to Dung Eater, you will not be able to complete Dung Eater's quest. I have a guide on Seluvis' questline if you want more info before making your decision. I'll leave a link to it near the bottom of this video's description. Assuming you want to complete Dung Eater's quest, feed him the 5 Seedbed Curses. Doing so will lead to some parting words from Dung Eater along with a parting gift, the Mending Rune of the Fell Curse. This key item can be used at the end of the game to trigger the most malicious, probably worst ending in the game, but now at least you have the option. As a bonus, if you reload the area and return to Dung Eater's corpse, you'll be able to loot the Omen Armor Set off of him. It's very heavy armor with an exceptional vitality stat. If you're still having issues with this quest, feel free to reach out in the comments section and I'll do my best to provide a good answer. I also recommend checking my pinned comment as I'll be updating it with helpful information about problems and potential fixes. I'm putting together guides for all of the major quests in Elden Ring. To find those, you can head over to my channel, and if you're new, consider subscribing. You're helping me feed my cat. Her name's Marshmallow. Have a great day. If you're here today, have a great Sunday, and as always, thanks for watching.